The Clever Rain Tree by Oe Kenzaburo. Jackson Pehlke.
Carolina Esquivel.
Cynthia Lopez. The author, Oe Kenzaburo, born in January 31st, 1935 in the village of in rural Shikoku, Japan's leading post-war novelist, writes about perceptions of void behind the print, link between writing and reality, depiction of life in the era of the nuclear war, and also a Nobel Prize winner for literature.
Some background information is that The Clever Rain Tree was his first fictional story. It was written in 1980. It represents the mature style of a writer whose prolific output has gained him recognition. The form of this reading is extra-diegetic, homodiegetic, and uncanny, meaning that it's logically possible but physically impossible. An example is the architect and his compressed torso. The title, The Rain Tree, is a metaphor for tears and shed from people that suffered during nuclear war era. Some examples include Japan, India, and Germany, and the US.
And that was found in an interview from at the University of Sydney. University of Sydney.
The plot. So the setting is a seminar sponsored by the University of Hawaii's East-West Center held at a mental institution. The seminar speaking about the issue of reprisal of cultural exchange and traditions. The partygoers are from entirely different cultures. They meet the architect of the mental institution and begin to explore the different levels of the building. The architect shaped the building according to the idea of ascension, and the top levels are closer to ideal mental health while the bottom layers are further away.
This continues from the plot. As they get to the top level, they encounter a woman covering herself in blood, and they find out that all of the waiters have been overtaken by patients who are posing as the staff. The representative of how expensive mental illnesses can be. The infrastructure that makes up mental health facilities are not guaranteed to be completely sound because it is built by humans who are not known for being completely mentally fit. The narrator and a few other guests leave the institution on buses and make deals to not mention during the cleanup of this situation.
The main characters and the minor characters of the story include characters that are never clearly named. It is more tangential.
And it keeps the characters as ideas / broad representatives of cultures without names.
The narrator is neutral and unnamed. Agatha is a German-born American, one of the sponsors, realist, pragmatist, and activist in every sphere. Alan is an American beatnik, poet, and pedastry. He practices.
And then Kamarovich.
Called the architect of the session in a wheelchair.
The themes. There are 3 themes in this story. The first one, it's language, culture, and healing. The cross-cultural confrontation, limitations of human language. Language is as for English ability. It was such that I mistook 3 delegates from India for delegates of Canada and didn't realize until halfway through the conference that they were actually from the Canada region of India. Culture. The culture example is, moreover, it is only by learning the region's unique designation and those for the first time really knowing the trees that I feel have truly encountered them. Healing. Taking place in adjacent to a mental institution. Healing is a massive part of the story and is crucial to the understanding of the story. The architect goes over his plans for healing the mentally ill, and it is constantly addressed both with the patients and with other characters like Agatha.
So some of the symbols are darkness. There's 2 shades of darkness described with the tree. One darkness was something like a giant baobab tree, bulb-shaped around its rim was a second vortex of darkness which fell away into bottomless depths, a darkness so profound that even if the rays of the waning moon had penetrated it, no oceans or mountain ranges, nothing in our human universe would have been visible. The tree is constantly shrouded in darkness and it's never clearly described. Much like the solution to mental health and the right side in cultural confrontations or disagreements, it's not clear and there's no direct answer. These solutions and the tree are cloaked in darkness and mean different things to different people, like how the tree can be called different species in different countries, and how mental health is custom and it's not one fixed solution. Another symbol is the trees. I feel there are close resemblances between a region's trees and the people who live and die there, which means that like trees are they're very specific to one region or area. And the clever rain tree does not refer specifically to one tree, but as a center of healing. Agatha's interaction with the rain tree occurs where she sits down at its roots in a steel chair and looks into the building through the window at the girl on horseback painting, which symbolizes her happier childhood before the truly frightful, unhappy things began to occur. Her way of healing, and arguably all healing, comes from a root happiness in youth that cannot be re-experienced but can be pursued in an attempt to live a better, happier life. And the last symbol is paintings. Yes, this is me when I was still in Germany, a girl on horseback in the days before the truly frightful, unhappy things began to occur. It's representative of the past and previous time, perhaps one before these terrible things. And then from the point of view of the rain tree, as the bus leaves and the story concludes. Yet for all that, I find it strange that these people still have not found their peace when it should jut out to them like every other memory they have ever found. Strange because I frequently call back upon the plagues of my life without hesitation or confusion. When my leaves fall and the wind is colder, the winter is the cause of my weakness. These men cannot see the cause of such obvious results, perhaps by willful omission or pure ignorance. They attempt to solve them by isolating themselves from the problem, but that only makes their leaves fall quicker. What solution they will find, I will never know, and perhaps neither will they. Was that 7 minutes?
I don't know. Hopefully.